Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining for the day homework. You too. That's really important. Okay, guys. As you know, today is Monday. As every Monday, we started checking the homework. But for today, I prefer to postpone to tomorrow to take advantage of the time. The idea today is I bring an extra explanation, a video talking about past simple and past perfect simple because Katie has a question difference between a sequence and an action before another action in the past. So I brought a video to try to clarify that, but Katie hadn't joined yet. Okay, let me move Diego, and then we're going to talk about something else, a written activity, okay? A report, how to write a report, okay? So, but it's missing Katie anyway. What should we do? Give me a moment. I'm going to say something to Diego. Where is Diego? I'm going to share my screen in the meantime. So, you did the homework. I really appreciate it. So let's check it because I brought the video because of Katie, but Katie is not here. So let's check the homework. So it's page 40 and 41, right? But let's try to do it quickly. If you want it, you can open your homework. In that way, we can answer quickly. Okay? So it says, is what happened here? I'm 41. Is here. Reading activity. Let me see. Reading an version of English. Working group. You are going to read an article about the school in California where the students grow, cook, and eat their own food. How do you think students benefit from this? Read the article, learning about food carefully, and note down the topic of each paragraph. An example has been done for you. So 6 of 7 sentences below has been removed from the article. This is one extra sentence you do need to use. Underline the word and phrases in the sentence which refer to something in another part of the article. Sentence A and B have been done for you as an example. Here we have examples. Okay, whatever. So let's start. Let me see. Diego, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, mister. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Diego, what happened with the homework?
Yes, I just talked with Mr. Douglas about it. After the class, I'm going to do the process
Okay,
to
okay,
recover the account.
okay, it's okay. So thank you. Welcome. So guys, let's check. I'm going to read it. I'm going to share my screen with the book, and you're going to give me the answers. Okay. So it says in the first part. Let me see something. It started. I really hate this PDF, guys. It started in here, right? A school in California finds a new way to teach a student about healthy eating. Alice Water, chef and restaurant owner, is sitting in the kitchen garden of the Martin Luther King School in Berkeley, California. The kitchen garden is called the Edible Schoolyard, and students at the public school are preparing vegetables bed as part of the list. Later, they will cook what they pick as part of their school lunch. Number one, Adrian.
These two projects aim to provide all 10,000 students in Berkeley's public schools with good food, while also placing food at the heart of the curriculum.
Okay, great. Each student receives between 18 and 40 hours tuition a year in the schoolyard. And as a result, what they eat at school has changed. A good part of the food ground here is used in the school's daily meals. Now, it says, Water has been fighting to improve children's diet for a decade. In 1996, she started a campaign to raise funds for edible culture and the school launched an initiative. Number two, Stephanie. Do you hear me, Stephanie? I think he has some internet issues. So, sorry, Adrian, number 2, go ahead. Adrian, you have to turn on your microphone, please.
Okay.
No worries.
The problem, according to some critics, is that these projects may be just too expensive to run.
Okay. And workers hope that they will set an example for the other part of the country as well. We have such a huge problem of bad eating habits in the United States that teaching about food cannot be left to the parents, she says. So many children generally are eating fast, cheap, easy for food that sometimes had to be done. Marco, good morning. Welcome. How are you? It's nice to see you. Now, guys, it says, paragraph number 3. Marcha Guerrero, director of School Lunch Initiative, explained how it all works. This is mainly a teaching garden, she says. Number 3, Adrian. Sorry, Adrian. Go ahead. Number 3.
Lessons like this one take place in the garden and kitchen, and they form part of the curriculum.
Great, thank you. Typically, classes in the Eatable school year involve plenty of, nervy farms, therefore, are to supply food as a part of the regular lunches at the school. These are prepared using fresh organic ingredients when possible. Typically, classes in the Eatable school year involve plenty of organic activities. However, they are not a break for normal school work, as academic projects are always attached. In one lesson, the students are asked to choose one part of the garden as their personal spot for the entire year. They then observe and record in a journal what happens in this spot as time progresses. They record their observation of the insect life and the soil and changes on the plants. Number 4, Marco, what did you answer? Do you hear me, Marco? Would you like to try?
No sé, te he perdido.
Ok, bueno,
Recién entro.
estamos completando estos espacios en blanco con las secciones de arriba, de la página anterior. But it's okay, Marco. So, Stephanie, number 4.
Um, keeping note is this way is viewed as essential part of experimental learning.
Yes, of course. Be confident, Stephanie. You're so smart. Well done. So now it says classes in the kitchen involves cooking lunch, but also linking to classes academic subject. The food cooked here includes a range of dishes from pasta to stuffed vine leaf and delicious Italian omelets filled with herbs and vegetables. The recipes are dictated by what vegetables are available. Science is taught through nutrition and cooking techniques. Geography through the effects of the season and eating habits around the world. Number 5, Stephanie, again.
Uh, one lesson of urban did in the Malay. I don't know the name.
No
Oh my
worry,
God.
you can do it.
Okay. Um, one lesson European did in the let's see. I don't remember
One
ay,
lesson
no
in
sé cómo
the
pronunciar.
European diet in the Middle Ages is this one, right?
Middle age. Okay, middle.
Uh-huh. Middle Ages. Keep going, Stephanie.
Is and with the children cooking roast vegetables and herbs. ¿Viste qué significa herb
Herbs,
and
hierbas,
garlic? Ajá.
and garlic, ajo.
And okay, herb. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Well done. So now it says, today's midday meal consists of homemade pesto and tomato sandwiches with a big vegetable salad. Everyone is eating. Teo Hernandez, 33, say 13, pardon, sorry, 13 says he has changed the way he eats. I can now cook and grow things, he says. I don't know yet if I will continue doing so in the future, but I know I can. I have changed my attitude to food. I like some herbs and lettuce, and I use less salt. It's been fun. The teachers are nice, and there's no homework. Theo has been in the USA for only 3 years, but his teachers say he has learned to speak perfect English in such a short time because he is so happy at school. But has Alice Water succeeded? Is the edible school jar model the way forward? When kids become unhealthy due to bad diets, they become isolated, say water. But eating such good food and picking, smelling, and cooking the vegetable and fruit in this garden make them care about what they eat. And it shows them that we care about them. Just seeing sorry, number 6, Adrian. Me voy muy concentrado. Sorry, Adrian.
We couldn't possibly produce enough food in this small space to feed all 300 children.
Thank you. In this garden makes them care about what they eat. And it shows them that we care about them. Just seeing a child saying to another, would you like some? That is the essential thing. Okay, guys, well done. You did it pretty good. I know it was a longer homework, but because of the time, to take advantage of the time, we're just checking this, okay? So keep it in mind because soon you're going to take the first quiz and probably the reading part could be like this to complete the blast, okay? Okay, guys. Anyway, we're going to talk at least 2 classes to review the topics before the test, see? But remember, it's supposed to be on August 2nd, or at least for those days, ¿sí? El 2 de agosto, pues yo creo que nos tocaría moverlo unos días, por ahí unos 2 días, quizás hasta la próxima semana después del 2 de agosto, que es como un lunes. But keep in mind, eso ya es inminente, ¿ok? Está súper encimita. Okay, guys. As I mentioned it, I brought a video, but do you have any question about past perfect? Especially the difference between past perfect and past simple. Is clear, or do you have any question? No question, Diego. Marco, do you have any question? Stephanie, Adrian? No, it's clear. Okay, great. Because as I mentioned, I brought a video because of Katie, but Katie is not here. So let's take advantage of the time. So we're going to come back actually. So this is page 38, I think so. No, 39. Let me see. Okay. So now we're going to talk about writing part 2, a report. So a report is a factual description of events or a situation. Read this writing task and underline the things you must deal when you report. So let's check. You recently make a one-day excursion with your class to a local place of interest. Now the director of your college has asked you to write a report about it for senior teacher to read. You should explain what you did and say why you think they was success. So, thing you must deal with, Diego.
Deal es tratar, ¿verdad?
Tratar, sí, como atender. En este caso sería como atender. Hace referencia a lo que debe incluir, digamos así, cuál sería el eje o el tope, el topic del reporte. ¿De qué tendría que hablar?
Write a report about it for senior teachers to read, but about the local place of interest.
Okay, about what you did and say why you think the day was success. This is the target. Ese es como el objetivo, right? We need to keep in mind this. But this is what we need to write about. Eso es lo que tenemos que hablar. Why is this important the target? Because as you know, you can be formal or informal, right? But in this case, you have to be formal because it's in an academic context. Usually, with reports, we work on in a formal way because it's for academic context, so work context, scientific, something like that. So we tend to be formal. So it says, working pairs, we're going to do as a group, discuss this question about the writing task above. Then decide which ideas you would like to include in your answer. It says, where do you go and what was the purpose of the excursion? You may have to invent these details. That could be a visit to a theater, museum, a day in the country, a visit to a sporting event, or something else. When do you go? What do you do and or see? What reason can you think of to explain why the day was success? So let's think about this. First of all, where do you go, guys? What do you think? Adrian, remember we have to make up this. We have to invent. Where did we go? Let's say. ¿A dónde fuimos?
One day excursion.
One day?
Local place.
Choose a place. These are some examples. Theater, museum, a day in the country. But
Yeah.
are example.
Yeah.
So which one? Sorry, Adrian.
Theater.
Theater. You
Mhm.
said. So theater. Okay, all right. When do you go, Diego?
The last weekend.
The last weekend, why not? The last weekend. Last weekend. Marco, let me see. What do you do there at the theater last week? What do you do there? ¿Qué hizo allá, Marco? En el teatro. Oh, what did you see? ¿Qué hizo o qué vio? Marco, are you ready? Not ready? Stephanie, let's try. What do you do or see there at the theater last weekend?
It could it could be see as people acting
So a
um
play. Remember
a
it last
play
weekend, so we have to use past simple. And play means
uh,
obra de teatro, a people acting, right? A play. Okay.
um and listen to music.
And listen it to music. Okay, finally, guys, all of you, what reasons can you think of to explain why the day was a success? Porque fue exitoso. This is the context. Here you are. Theater last weekend, saw a play and listened to music. Why it was successful? One for one, please, guys. Take turns with your ideas.
Maybe it can be because the play was a cultural thing and you learn something new. Or maybe you can say that you have a day with no screens, maybe.
Okay, like your ideas, maybe a historical, so we learn about history, right? It's because it's in this case we type just main idea, so it's too general. That's why it's like that hard. But if we make it more specific, a play based on a specific historical event, the Second World War, la Segunda Guerra Mundial. So we learn the consequence of the Second World War, the economy, the blah 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 blah. Right? In that way, it's easy. But I like your ideas. Cultural play. We learn more about our culture or culture from other country. It depends, right? Or a day without the screens. I like it because nowadays it's a big issue. Screens, dependence. Okay, well done. We won't like confusing more like this. So far, so good. In summary, you summarize what you did. You report what you did in this example, right? The idea is to report what you did and add why it was a success. Si simplemente reportan lo que hicieron y es porque consideran que sí fue un éxito. Ese sería como el reporte que les están pidiendo para el profe, con un lenguaje formal, un poco más académico, ¿cierto? Okay, good job. So far, so good. So let's check. I have an extra explanation, but we're going to check it later. It says, Sandra is studying English near London. Read the report she wrote on the right, this one, and circle the correct form of the verbs in italics. So let's work on this activity. It says, excursion to London. Purpose of trip. Purpose. This is important, Aris. Here we have a purpose. Acá tenemos un propósito. Con este propósito es más fácil decir porque fue un éxito, ¿cierto? On 2nd April, our class took or was taking, we're going to find out it, a break from normal lesson and has gone or went on a trip to London. The purpose of our visit was or had been to ride on London Eye in the morning and then to do a tour of Globe Theatre, which was being or had been Shakespeare Theatre in the afternoon. So here we have the purpose. So let's decide which is the correct verb for. Diego, the first one.
Okay, on April 2nd, on 2nd April, our class took a break from normal lessons.
Thank you. Stephanie, and has gone or when.
No, no se dijo. Went
When.
on the day to they trip to London. They purpose of our visit had been to ride on the London.
Are you sure?
Ready. Oh my God.
Adrian, what do you think? Number 3, was or had been?
Was.
Was. Guys, I'm going to give you a suggestion. When you're writing a next story, most of the time you're using past simple. Most of the time, right? And for example, had been to write is an action that happened before an action in the past. No, right? And when and took, we're talking about a finished time on 2nd April. It means 2nd April had finished. Esa fecha ya pasó. Como ya pasó, simplemente utilizamos passing. La mayoría de ellos. So far, passing. Marco, perdón. To ride on the London Eye in the morning and then to do a tour of the Gold Theatre, which was been or have been. What do you think?
Had been.
Have been in the afternoon because of the time, the length of the time in the afternoon. Now it says what we did. Notice the subtitles. We wrote or we were writing for about half an hour on the London Eye, which is a giant wheel. Fortunately, the weather was good, so we were or have been able to see views across the whole of London. After lunch, I get lost and I walk along to the South Bank. We took or have taken a guide tour of Shakespeare Global Theatre, where the guide explained how the theater was operating or have operated in Shakespeare time and how the theater works nowadays. So, Adrian, number 5, we
We wrote
wrote
for
for
about
about
half an hour.
half an hour. Okay. The London Eyes, which is a giant wheel. Fortunately, the weather was good. So, Diego, number 6.
So we were
We were
able to
able.
see view across.
Okay, thank you. Number 7, Stephanie. After lunch and a walk along the South Bank, we
took
took
to take a guided tour of Skate. Wait, what is the shaker paper? Is this
which one?
this word?
Shakespeare's
Uh-huh.
Shakespeare Grove Theatre. Okay. Number 8, Marco. The guide explained how the theater was operating or had operated in Shakespeare time and how the theater works nowadays.
Had operated.
Have operated, como operó, como había operado en los tiempos de Shakespeare, many, many time ago, right? And how the theater works nowadays. Now, the last paragraph. Let me see. I'm so sorry. I'm trying. Comments. The excursion was or have been excellent because the two activities were or have been extremely interesting and very different. So everyone enjoyed or had enjoyed something. Also, we learned or have learned a lot. The day was well planned and we had or have had plenty of opportunity to practice our English outside the classroom, which I think the class found or was finding very motivating. So, number 9, Stephanie.
The excursion has been.
It continues.
No.
Was.
Was.
Remember, this is present perfect. It started in the past and continued in the present, right? But it's not
Okay.
It's a finished action. Okay, number 10, Diego, please.
Because the two activities were extremely interesting
Where
and
is
very
Amy?
different.
Okay, thank you. Number 11, Adrian. So everyone
enjoyed something.
Number 12, Marco. Also, we
Also, we learned
learn a lot.
a lot.
Ajá. Chicos, remember, learn have two possibilities, like this or like this. Learned or past. Learned or learned, okay? Sorry, you went away. Okay. Learn. Okay, number 13, Stephanie. The day was well planned and we
And we had
had. Because if we say have had plenty of opportunities, it's supposed this happened before planning. But the first part of the trip was the plan, right? So had. And finally, Diego.
which I think the class found very motivating.
Guys, as I mentioned before, when we're talking about an story or an experience, most of the time we use passing. Most of the time. We use past continuous to talk about the background action or describe. The city was crowded, or the theater was crowded, or the play was boring, something like that, right? Past perfect when we're talking about two action, and we want to emphasize that one action happened before another one, okay? But most of the time we use just past simple. Okay, good job. I'm going to take the screenshot before continue. Give me a moment. And then I'm going to show you an explanation or a rip. So, Marco, could you look at the camera, please? Show me your face, Marco. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Give me a moment. I'm going to send this. Let me see. Okay, this is missing Domenica and Kate, right? So, attendance, name, absent, Domenica and Katie. Great. So I'm going to share my screen again. It's just here. Okay, how to write a report. It says, example writing task. This is just an example. You recently made a one-day excursion with your class to local place of interest. And now the director of your college has asked you to write a report about for a senior teacher to read, like in the book. You should explain what you did and say why you think the day was successful. So, steps to structure your report. Give a clear title and subheading. Subheading son los subtítulos, como vemos en el ejemplo. Miren que ya colocaba cada parte. Propósito, title, excursion to London. Subheading, the first one, purposes of the trip. Then, what we did. And finally, comments. So these are important part of the report. Okay, so keep it in mind. So report must look organized, always include a top title and a short heading for each paragraph so the reader can easily scan it. So recuerden un título claro que nos hable bien de qué es lo que se va a tratar y subtítulos muy cortitos. Miren que ya lo colocaba prácticamente una palabra por subtítulo. Prácticamente, no en todos los casos, pero cortito. ¿Listo? Use polite and formal languages. As I mentioned before, reports are written for teacher, bosses, or manager. Avoid informal languages like slangs or contraction. Read did not instead of didn't or exclamation marks. Don't use exclamation marks. Answer all the part of the question clearly. Look at your task and make sure each main point get it on your paragraph. So, the paragraph formula, title, paragraph 1, purpose, paragraph 2, activities, paragraph 3, positive themes, why it was a success, and paragraph 4, final recommendation, give your opinion or suggestion for the future. I'm going to send you this. Give me a moment. Anyway, this file is uploaded in the platform, but here you are. Keep in mind this, and keep in mind this, the subheadings. Here you are. Okay. Now, here we have an example. It says report on the class visit to a science museum. Purpose of the report. The purpose of the report is to describe the one-day class trip to National Science Museum on March 12th and to explain why the excursion was a great success for all the participating students. Activities during the trip. The group arrived at the museum at 10 a.m. In the morning, students attend a guided tour of the space exhibition, where an expert explains recent discoveries in astronomy. After lunch, students participated in activities, physics workshop, working in small teams to build simple mechanical models. And notice all of the verbs here are in past simple. Sorry. What happened? Why the day was a success? I really hate this. Guys, give me a moment, I'm trying. So, there are two main reasons why the visit was very beneficial. Firstly, the initiative of exhibition allowed the students to practice concepts, learning class in a fun, practical environment. Secondly, working together in groups helped improve communication and team spirit among the classmates. And finally, conclusion and recommendation. In conclusion, the excursion was both educational and enjoyable for everyone involved. I strongly recommend that the college organize similar visits next year as they greatly support classroom learning. And that's all. Guys, do you have any question? This was just an example. It's great, it's clear. So now, by your own, you're going to do a report based on this. Van a hacer un reporte basado en este task, okay? Because of the time, try to do it as short as you can. Por el tiempo lo hacemos más bien cortico. ¿Listo? So, keeping in mind this part, you have to give a title. I'm going to show you this one as an example. A title, subheadings, and you have to answer where do you go, when, what you did, and why it was a success. So, please, it's clear, guys, what do you have to do? Adrian, Diego, thank you. Adrian is clear? Stephanie is clear? Okay, great. Marco, is clear? Yes, for sure, Marco. ¿Está claro lo que hay que hacer? Okay, Marco, thank you for letting me know. So, you're going to write a report. Remember, do it in a Word file. Háganlo en un archivo Word para poder que les puedan dejar los espacios y que quede por párrafos. You're going to write a report. Marco, van a hacer un reporte, como este el ejemplo. ¿Ok? Tienen que contestar. Es una excursión de la escuela. Entonces tienen que reportar a dónde fueron, qué hicieron, cuándo y por qué fue un éxito. ¿Sí? Fue un éxito y por qué. Va a ser similar a esto. Y recuerden que siguen la estructura. Un título general y después por cada párrafo van a hacer un subtítulo. Entonces, primer subtítulo, Purpose of the trip. ¿Cuál fue el propósito del viaje? Describen el propósito del viaje. What we did. ¿Qué hicieron? ¿Qué hicieron? Y acá pueden el otro subtítulo que quieran, el por qué fue exitoso. Y escriben por qué el viaje fue exitoso. Y si quieren, incluimos el que vimos en la otra explicación, es que como el tiempo está cortito, que es de la conclusión, donde ustedes dan su punto de vista o recomendación. Is clear, Marco? Yes, okay, go ahead. In a Word file, guys, please. En un archivo Word y después lo compartimos.
Mr. Phineas.
Thank you, Stephanie. Give me a moment. I didn't notice I was mute.
Uh,
Sorry.
okay.
Let's wait 2 minutes more for your classmate.
Mister, ¿cuál es el verbo correcto para decir que vio el play? O sea, el, como tal, sí. Sí.
Watch. Sorry, I don't know what mute. Watch.
Is watch the play.
Let me see. I'm going to check it anyway to be sure. Could be see or watch, both. There's no an issue for that.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, guys, let's check Stephanie's one. Stephanie, Stephanie, could you share your screen, please? Stephanie's.
Okay.
Okay, great. Go ahead, read it.
This is my report, the part I want to propose. I am reading this report to tell about our class 1 day trip to see the theater. Last weekend, we went there to watch a play and listen to live music, live to music, so we could learn more about our culture and traditions. Uh, what we did, we'll meet at school at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock in the morning, I will together to the theater. First, we listened to a group playing simple live music. After that, we watched a play that told this story about our country past. We When it's finished, we had lunch together at a small cafe near the theater. Then went back home. Why is what why why is
What's
was
a success?
success? The day was great success. We learned many new things about our culture. It was lovely to spend a whole day away from phone to screen. Everyone had a good time. We worked well together, and everything went exactly. We played. Final recommendation. I think this trick was very useful and fun for all of us. It helped us learn in a new way. We all enjoyed it very much. I will suggest we go more trip like this in the future. This
Okay.
is the picture. I created a picture.
Okay,
Yes, all the
wonderful.
moments.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. You did it pretty good. Okay, guys, we're going to stop here. And tomorrow we're going to start it with Adrian, Marco, and Diego's report, okay? So I'm going to take the screenshot. Thank you so much, guys. You did it pretty good as always. I really appreciate it. See you tomorrow and take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Thank you so much for participating. Bye bye.